What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Mattel Hammond collection Jurassic Parks, Giganotosaurus, and Therizinosaurus. And man, am I excited. So not only was I excited for these to begin with, but I went into my local Target, just walked in, and I found the Gigo. He was just sitting there looking all awesome, big and imposing. There's a little read up for him. Here's your barcode if you want to go hunt him down at Target. He is hitting Targets now. It's a Target exclusive as far as I know. Box looks great, all that good stuff. Saw him sitting there, but I didn't see Thero. So I go to ask some dude, hey, do you guys have the Therizinosaurus in stock? And he looks, and he's like, no, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are there any in the area that do? I'm a psychopath, and I'll go look for it. But he said no. But he showed me this thing on his on the little machine things that they have at Target, and it said that this guy was $27.99 on sale. I said, oh, okay. So I bring this guy over. It's $35. I paid $35, and then I ordered this online. It was an online sale as well. I had some Target credit, so I paid like maybe $50 for the both of them, and that's like the price of him originally. So I'm a happy camper. Not gonna lie, Target's been pretty good lately. So with that being said, that's enough yapping. Here's the, I don't know if I put it on here, but there's the barcode for Thero. Enough yapping. I'm incredibly excited to get these open, so let's go ahead and do just that. So getting these reptiles out of the packaging. Oh, man. I love adding new dinosaurs to my collection, and these two are no exception. Man, they are so cool. The only reason he's being weird that he's not standing is because you kind of have him at a weird like angle to get him in the camera frame because he's so big. But Thero has no problem. But man, what a good pair of figures here. You know, it's no secret that if you're following my channel, I'm a huge fan of dinosaurs and prehistoric life. I study paleontology. I do a lot of work with that kind of stuff. So this is like right up my alley. Like, it is my profession. It's what I do with my life. So anytime I get the opportunity to get good dinosaur figures, which action figures being the other aspect of my life, I geek out. And these are no excuse. They are freaking phenomenal. I have minor gripes with the Thero, but I really don't have any problems with the Giganotosaurus, and we'll talk about that as we go along. So we'll start with the Therizinosaurus, get him out of the way, or her. I guess they're both hers. I don't really know what the franchise is doing anymore. This movie was terrible. Let's be completely honest here. But if it gets me an excuse to get some new dinosaurs on the shelf, well, who am I to complain? So let's go ahead and start taking a look at the Therizinosaurus, which, fun fact, these are the longest claws of any known species ever. I think that's why they went with it. Therizinosaurus was a swamp dweller. That's why we see it in the part with Claire Deering in that marshy forest. They believe them to be, these weren't just used as weapons, they were also used as like a grazing thing, which is pretty interesting is what I've read some places. So Therizinosaurus is awesome. It was also confirmed to have a thick coat of feathers, in which the movie accurately portrayed, and I love that. So I love that the one thing I do like about the movies is they're adapting with the times in terms of what dinosaurs looked like and acted like, and, you know, being a little bit more quote-unquote scientifically accurate as we can be. But I like that. So taking a look at the eyes, they're doing that glass thing again, like the marble in the eye, and honestly I don't think it works here. I really love the yellow paint and the blue paint on the face. I do wish they painted the tip of the beak. That's a little odd. And then you do get the teeth inside, and that looks pretty good. A little dry brush on the tongue would have been nice. But the paint is beautiful. But my problem with the eyes is if you have them at the wrong angle, it looks like she doesn't have eyes. And if I remember in the movie correctly, wasn't she blind? So I think a glossed over, like, white frosty eye would have been a lot cooler. And then you get to see the body here that is coated in feathers with a beautiful maroon red dry brush on top of it to encapsulate and emphasize them. And man, I'm geeking over here. It looks great. The legs look good with the underbelly. Very, well sculpted. Get some good paint on the arms. Would have liked a little bit of that red on the back of the arms here. That would have been nice. But you get some beautiful dry brush on the hands and a magnificent dry brushing job on the claws. That is beautiful. I absolutely love them. Sorry about my bluey band-aid. I sliced the hell out of my finger earlier. My biggest complaint here, other than not having the red paint on the back of the arms, why are the dew claws not being painted? I think that's unacceptable, and the Giganotosaurus proves that. So, Mattel, paint the dew claws. It goes a long way. It goes a long, long way. They do that like speckling plastic that they do, and I think it works for dinosaurs. I'm totally okay with it. But yeah, this thing is bad ass. Oh my god. And I think the articulation on this is fantastic. I was using the basic figure for a while because a little fun fact about me, I guess, if you want to call it fun, is Therizinosaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs. Top 5 dinosaurs. I love Therizinosaurus. I think and I loved it even before the movie. And so when I was geeking, when I saw that this was going to be in the trailer, I was like, no way, that's Therizinosaurus. And it was. And I think that is super, super cool. Big Therizinosaurus fan. I got the same feeling when I saw this guy in the trailer as I did when I saw that the Mysterio was going to be the villain in Far From Home. I was geeking because Mysterio is my favorite Spider-Man villain, so I got like that same feeling. But I was like a nerd, I guess? I don't know. But we're going to take a look at the articulation because there is no accessories with this line, and that's fine by me. Head will go up and on a ball peg, look up and down, and pivot side to side. So if you want to do like those bird poses, because birds are reptiles, okay? Birds are reptiles. You can do all that, and I like that. And then the mouth will open and close very well. Get another ball joint at the neck. Obviously, the paint's not going to line up, but there's really not much that they can do about that. And I think that this looks great. So if you want to like have them walking in stop motion, that would look fantastic. Shoulders are going to swivel all the way around. Man, I really wish they put some red on there. They're going to hinge out. A lot of clicky joints on these guys, both of them. This one and the Gigo. I guess that's okay. I wish it was a little smoother, but then you get the elbow that goes basically just 90, and that's fine. And it'll rotate as well. And then the wrists swivel and hinge. But this is nuts to me. Each finger swivels and has a hinge. So if you want, you can be a savage and have them flip you off. That is ridiculously awesome. No diaphragm joint on either of these guys, and we'll talk about that more with the Giganotosaurus, but it doesn't really bother me on this one. Hips will go just forward and back just a little bit. This is the stifle hock and the pastern. At least if I'm going off a horse anatomy, that's going to go. So for the stifle, which is the knee, it goes like that. And then the hock back here, which is like the ankle. Like most animals walk on their toes. Humans are weird. That'll hinge forward and back and pivot as well. That's a little bit of a tight joint. And then the feet, which is like the toes, I guess, is going to go up and down and pivot. Great sculpting on the scoots and stuff. Looks fantastic. Very, very big fan of this. And then you get a ball joint at the base of the tail where it clicks in. And then you get this like super thick bendy wire in there that will curve it all the way. Obviously that doesn't look great, but like for like the minute poses that you're probably going to do, like that looks pretty damn good. I like that. And it's got good range. And it holds, it doesn't, I don't know, feels really good. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with Thero. I think she looks great. I'm very happy we're getting this dinosaur on the line. Very cool animal, very cool figure. Now, getting the old Giganotosaurus, the largest land predator to ever live that we know about. It is awesome. I mean, I think it was pretty cool. Not one of my favorite dinosaurs. Like, I'm more of a herbivore guy, because Therizinosaurus, despite being scary in the movie and being depicted like a villain, is a herbivore. Like, they were plant eaters. They ate marshy plants. So I tend to lean more toward that, and the quadrupeds I always think are cool. That's why I don't know why I like Therizinosaurus so much, but he is awesome, and I think the design that they went with is really, really nice. My favorite part of the design is just this absolutely long tail. I love it. I mean, tails like this were evolved to be a counterbalance for big, large heads, because to have such jaw power, you have to have a huge muscle system in your head, which requires a large skull, basically just equivalating to big, heavy heads. So to counterbalance that on a theropod dinosaur, which is a two-legged dinosaur, you need a big, thick tail to balance that, and I think that that's awesome. You know, that the movie depicted that evolutionary aspect very well. So taking a look at the head sculpt here as best as I can. The tail is getting in the way, but that is a damn good head sculpt. I think the eye works a little bit better on the Gigo here. And I'm okay with that. I think that looks great. Absolutely fantastic. The teeth are actually like sculpted to look sharp. They're squishy, which I was not expecting that. And if that's what we have to do to get sharp looking teeth instead of dull looking teeth, I'm here for it, because I don't really care that they're soft. The tongue will click into place, but I think they're it's a squishy tongue, but there's not like a dry brush. And then you get the labial flaps that are squishy. This skull, or like the jaw joint, is kind of weird. It's like it doesn't want to close all the way until I shift the jaw up. I don't know if that's intentional or just mine, but it is a little odd. But then just take a minute to appreciate this sculpt. They definitely went with some kind of like crocodile, I would say. It's very crocodilian, alligator-ish, and I love it. I think it's a great design, and Mattel was able to sculpt that very nice, especially with the paint that they put on it, because I'm looking at like 3 or 4 different kinds of paint here, between like the dark green, the light green, the brown, and the tan, and it really does combine to make an ambiance of a reptilian animal. I'm not a big fan of how the brown kind of cuts in and out. You get a patch here and here. I would have liked to see that go all the way through. It's like they start it, they stop it, they start it. Like, I don't really like that, because you get one here, here, and here. I would have liked it if it was all the way through. Would add a little bit of value to this, because you are paying $50 for this big figure, and I think it's totally worth it, especially considering, like, you know, the super colossal ones are only $60. These ones are $50. I don't know. I think it's pretty damn good. Get some, you know, great sculpt work. Not a lot of paint on the tail other than the, like, I don't know, like pigmentation. Then you get the big chunky legs, and they look great. But check this out. Dewclaw is painted, so Mattel, get that Therizinosaurus. Next time, don't let that happen again. And then you get his nailies painted. You know, it looks great. I never really realized how much of a reptilian they went for. The dorsal, or the ventral side looks nice. So yeah, it is just a really, really, really nice looking figure. I absolutely love the sculpt and the size of this thing. So taking a look at the articulation, the head is going to, or like the mouth is going to open that much. And like I said, the tongue will click into place in the middle. So if you want it like that, you do what you want. I think that looks great. This joint here is basically just going to go up and down just a tad. Doesn't really rotate. This base neck, though, or the base of the neck, get all kinds of movement, and I like that quite a bit. This joint also goes side to side, so you can get him like really to the side, and I think that's awesome. Very, very cool. The vein work is so nice. Shoulders go out far, or this far, so past horizontal, they'll go down. They'll rotate pretty much all the way around. You just gotta like get it out, so you know, something like that. Shoulders, or I'm sorry, not shoulders, elbows are gonna hinge and swivel, and then the wrists are also gonna hinge and swivel, and that's awesome. You get a little bit of play at the hip, nothing crazy, but he'll kick forward and back. You probably get his leg all the way around. And then the stifle, we talked about this. It will go in and out, or like hinge and then rotate, and then the hock is tight, but that'll also hinge and swivel. I like that. And then the ankle, or the pastern, I guess, would go down and up and pivot. Again, I don't know if it's the same anatomy for all animals in terms of this. I've yet to figure that out, but that is my assumption of what these are called. And then like an animal like a horse has like a coffin joint, which is like an extra like pit for the hoof to go in. Not that you guys care, but and then you get a swivel at the base of the tail that'll get some good rotation, and then another piece because this tail is so long, and another really great bendy wire, like we saw in the Therizinosaurus. So that is awesome, beautiful articulation. But I will say, no diaphragm joint. Only so far the T-Rex is the only animal in this line to have a diaphragm joint. I think it works for Rexy. I don't think it would have worked with this design, so I'm not upset about it. Thero maybe could have got away with it, but I don't think it's necessary. This is definitely enough articulation for a dinosaur. So while they are 3 3/4 inch scale, they are still very big figures. So here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzwares Fortnite series Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series Darwin. And then finally, here they are next to the Marvel Legends What If series Zombie Captain America. So obviously these big guys are not going to fit on the rotating base. So it's that point of the video where I know somebody's asking, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of these figures? And I got to say they are pretty damn awesome. The Giganotosaurus is pretty much perfect. I absolutely love almost everything about it. I really have like no complaints on it. Other than that the mouth is a little weird, but like, man, it is really solid. And Therizinosaurus could have been perfect if those dew claws were painted along with some red on the back feathering. That just bothers me a little much, like a little too much. Maybe a little bit of red on the head too. Yeah, that's just my opinion. So with that being said, I'm going to go with the prices that they are originally, just in case if you don't get it on sale. So at a price point of $40, which I thought this was going to be $50 as well, $40 and $50, I'm still giving Thero like a 9 out of 10. The dew claws are annoying and maybe a little bit more red paint, but it's still nice for $40. And the Gigo, I'm giving him a 10. He is awesome. Very, very nice figures. So with that being said, I believe that's... Oh, and here's to a Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus in this style would make me a very happy collector. But with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and I have a great time. So I am sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copping? See you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.